All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are doing a deep dive on a single piece of gear that really does it all, the DBX676 tube microphone preamp channel strip.
It's a fantastic unit. You're basically looking at a complete analog signal chain in one box.
Exactly. Our mission here is to figure out why this thing is such a trusted tool for, critical recording sessions and
Yeah.
even live sound.
Well, it's that integration. DBX took over 40 years of their dynamics know-how and packed it into three key stages: a tube preamp, a compressor, and an EQ.
And the first thing you just have to talk about is the preamp itself. The engine, it's a Class A tube design, but the real kicker is that it runs on a really high voltage plus 250 DC power supply.
Yeah, and that number isn't just for show. That's what defines the entire sound of the unit.
What does that actually give you, that high voltage?
Headroom, just a massive amount of headroom. Means you can keep your signal totally crystal clean if you want to.
Or you can push it.
Or you can push it hard and get that beautiful, warm tube saturation without it, immediately clipping and sounding awful. It's incredibly versatile.
So at the heart of that, you've got the tube itself, a 12AU7A or ECC82.
A classic choice, and it's chosen specifically because it handles that high voltage so well. And of course, you get all the essentials you'd expect.
Right, the standard stuff, plus 48V phantom power, a 20 dB pad for really hot mics.
And that super useful 80 hertz low-cut filter, it's perfect for getting rid of stage rumble or, that muddy proximity effect.
What I think is so smart, though, is the input flexibility. It's not just a mic pre.
Right, they put that front panel instrument input on it.
So you can just plug your guitar, your bass, whatever, straight into that high voltage tube path. No extra DI box needed.
And the whole thing is built like a tank. The sources all point to its military-grade build. This isn't just a delicate studio toy. And you get that great visual feedback from the big vintage VU meter.
Okay, so once you have your signal, you need to control it. And that brings us to the dynamics, which this is pure DBX history.
It really is. The compressor limiter design is pulled directly from the DBX162 SL.
Which is a highly, highly sought-after unit. I mean, that's serious analog legacy right there.
And you get serious control. The threshold and ratio are fully variable, but the most important choice you have to make is the knee.
The hard knee versus their famous over-easy mode?
Exactly. Hard knee is what it sounds like. It clamps down hard as soon as the signal crosses the threshold. Abrupt.
But over-easy. That's the signature DBX sound, isn't it?
It is. It gradually eases into compression. It's so much smoother, more musical. It makes the whole process feel much less noticeable.
And for absolute protection, they included the DBX Peak Plus limiter.
Yeah, that's your safety net. It just makes sure nothing ever clips, period.
Yeah.
Oh, and for the real signal chain nerds, there's a compressor sidechain insert.
Which is great for doing things like de-essing before the compression hits.
So the final stage, the EQ.
The 3-band semi-parametric EQ. It's designed to be both broad and surgical. You get the low and high shelving filters for quick, big-picture adjustments.
Right, at 100 hertz and 10 kilohertz. Great for adding some general low-end weight or top-end air.
But the real power is in that mid-band. It's completely sweepable from 100 hertz all the way up to 8 kilohertz.
Which covers basically every critical frequency for vocals and most instruments. You can find and fix almost anything in that range.
And they give you this one little button that makes all the difference. The narrow switch.
That's the surgical tool right there. It changes the Q or the width of the filter. So you can go from a wide, gentle musical boost to a super tight, precise cut to remove, say, an annoying hum or a weird resonance.
So to wrap it all up, the DBX676 is really this complete integrated solution. You get a top-tier tube preamp, legendary compression, and a very capable EQ all in one box.
It's an analog workhorse. But it does leave you with an interesting final thought. Well, considering this unit is all about maximizing signal integrity by keeping everything in this one high-end analog path, what does that mean for a modern studio? When you think about the trade-offs between a single dedicated high-quality box like this versus, the almost infinite flexibility of using dozens of different digital plugins in a computer, it's something to think about.